Welcome everyone to Weekly News and a DW Main Major tidbit, and the topic for this video is impeachment ni Sara, dismissed na. Walang kwenta yung laway ko sa mga video na to kasi naglabas na ng most anticipated decision ang Korte Suprema patungkol sa petisyon ni Duterte para mapawalang bisa ang impeachment laban sa kanya, VP Sara.
In a unanimous decision today, July 25, 2025, the Supreme Court en banc declared the articles of impeachment against Vice President Sara Duterte unconstitutional, noting that it is barred by the one-year rule under Article 11, Section 3, Paragraph 5 of the Constitution, and that it violates the right to due process enshrined in the Bill of Rights.
In a decision of 13-0 and 2, unanimous ang pagboto ng mga justices sa pagprotekta kay VP Duterte. Notably, Justice Raul Villanueva na inappoint ni Marcos at Aquino appointee Marvic Leonen also voted for the affirmative. Yung dalawa, either nasa break or nag-recuse. It is also notable to point out na an overwhelming majority ng mga Supreme Justices natin ay inappoint ni former President Rodrigo Duterte. Now, I'm not pointing something out. I'm not pointing anything out na, kumbaga, they owe it to Duterte kaya pinoprotekta niya si VP Sara. I'm not claiming any of that. But you see how it kind of plays into the discussion. I'm just stating what may look really evident. May ugong-ugong pa nga na alam ni Cheese na papanig ang Duterte-packed Supreme Court kay Sara. Kaya niya dinedelay with the remanding ng ating impeachment complaints.
What is the attitude of the Senate and the Senate Impeachment Court dun sa kung ano man ang magiging desisyon ng Supreme Court dun sa mga pending petitions regarding the impeachment now?
Ano man ang desisyon ng Korte Suprema, dadaan pa rin yan sa impeachment court. Bigyan kita ng halimbawa, RG. Nung panahon ng impeachment ni Chief Justice Corona, nagbaba ng temporary restraining order ang Korte na huwag buksan yung kanyang foreign currency deposit accounts. Ang ginawa ng Senado noon sa isang caucus, hindi pa nga sa plenaryo sa isang caucus, pinagpasahan, attended physically and virtually by the members of the Senate, kung susundin ba o hindi yung TRO ng Korte Suprema. Kung titingnan mo, parang may mali, di ba? Pwede ba kami magdesisyong hindi sumunod o sumunod? Choice ba namin yun? Pero yun yung precedent na ginawa ng Senado noon.
Now, ayon sa desisyon na sinulat ni Senior Associate Justice Marvic Leonen, may 3 punto na pumapabor para kay Duterte. Number 1, nung nagpasa ng 3 impeachment complaints sa mga pribadong individual at grupo noong December 2, December 4 at December 19, bagamat ni-receive at verify ang mga impeachment complaints na ito, hindi ni-refer ni House Secretary General Reginald Velasco sa House Committee on Justice dahil daw nag-aantay pa siya ng isang mas malaking impeachment complaint para daw hindi na raw mapatagal at diretso agad sa Senado yung transmission by the threshold of the 1/3 of the House of Representatives to endorse the impeachment complaint para again hindi na mapunta sa House Committee on Justice tapos mag-usap-usap pa sila tapos alam mo yun, kumbaga parang ma-fast track daw.
This is the first time na 3 yung complaints na pinail, no? At may mga warning sa akin yung mga members na mayroon pang darating. So, I am faced with the situation which is quite unique in recent history. In recent history kasi, one complaint, so referred agad. I think the situation now, if I can describe it, is wait and see. It's wait and see, especially with the rally of the Iglesia ni Cristo. No? I think that will be taken into account by the House members concerned. I think we have given them enough time, so we will have to transmit the impeachment complaints within this week. Hindi naman kasi nga anytime 1/3 of the members can endorse it, can sign a complaint in my presence, and then diretso yun sa Senate. Hindi na dadaan sa Committee on Justice.
Basically, medyo may pagkamali. Kasi na-terminate na raw ang impeachment complaints nung hindi siya na-transmit into either the House Committee on Justice or sa Senado. It was deemed as terminated at of course, archived. Kumbaga, dismiss na yung impeachment complaints, making the barring of the rules na 1 year before the impeachment complaints can be filed again into February 6, 2026. Kumbaga, dun pa yung pinaka maagang impeachment complaint na pwede nating ihain laban kay VP Duterte ayon sa konstitusyon. Lahat ng impeachment complaint was considered terminated, which means nagkaroon na ng impeachment proceeding, it just didn't go through. Tapos hindi pa siya kinonsolidate before transmitting it sa Senado, kahit na hindi naman yun yung impeachment complaint na gagamitin sa Senado. The mere fact na na-endorse sila at hindi siya kinonsolidate before transmitting it sa Senado. If he had just referred the first 3 impeachment complaints nung una pa lamang at nabayaran pa rin yung mga congressman, of course, edi sana wala tayong problema ngayon since it's the same impeachment complaint, just consolidated. Ang nangyari, yung una, yung pangalawa at yung pangatlo, na-stuck sa limbo dahil nga hindi nalagay sa House Committee on Justice. Dahil nga nag-aantay si Reginald Velasco ng pinakamalaking impeachment complaint para ma-fast track daw yung pagsusumite nito sa Senado para matransmit agad sa Senado without the clamor of the whole debates sa committee, sa committee level into the first reading, second reading, third reading of the resolution. Na-violate daw ng impeachment fiasco na nangyari yung constitutional rights ni VP Sara due to the fact na, kailangan pa rin daw ng due process at speedy trial as he lays down na ang impeachment ay isang legal at constitutional process with political characteristics. It's quasi-political kasi again, House of Representatives lang ang pwedeng maghain at mag-endorse ng impeachment complaints, samantalang quasi-judicial siya kasi Senado lang ang impeachment court. Hindi siya purely political as a lot of people have pointed out or have said. Ang sabi ni Leonen nung sinulat niya yung majority opinion, ang ruling na ito does not absolve Duterte of the offenses she's accused of, rather upholding everyone's constitutional right at the end does not justify the means. Ayun ang sabi niya, kumbaga, gawin naman natin ang tama. Kung sige, gusto natin ma-impeach si Sara, pero sana gawin natin sa tamang paraan, yung walang laban or not against the Constitution. Hiwalay ang pananaw ng mga senator judges, pero since puro tweets at wala pang interview na nagaganap for quite a while dahil nga Friday ng hapon nilabas yung ruling, I guess we fucked up kasi hindi ko malalagay sa video.
Naniniwala ako na dapat matuloy yung impeachment trial. Yung mandato, tungkulin at kapangyarihan na nakasaad sa saligang batas ay nasa Senado at walang iba. Handa na kaming dinggin ang lahat ng ebidensya para makapagdesisyon ng patas bilang mga hukom, kaya dapat ituloy na yung impeachment trial.
Ay, nadidisturb yung kaluluwa ko. Nakakadismaya talaga na may lumabas talagang ganong desisyon na hinahadlangan yung pagganap ng Senado ng tungkulin na solo sa amin inaatas ng konstitusyon, solo sa Senado, ay hahadlangan ng Korte Suprema, pinakamataas na korte sa ibang pantay, pero hiwalay na branch of government. At marami po kaming disturbing questions tungkol sa desisyong iyon. Halimbawa, kumpara sa sinabi na dati ng Korte Suprema, bakit nila sasabihin na labag yung 1-year bar rule? Samantalang sa pagkaalam at intindi namin, iisa lang namang complaint ang inaksyonan ng House at tinransmit sa amin sa Senado para upuan yan na impeachment trial court. Tapos parang ang dami pang idinagdag na requirements ng desisyon kahit para sa mga future na impeachment trials.
Medyo kinagulat kasi hindi nga inaasahan. Pero kahit ano pa yung desisyon na lalabas, sa akin ito yung opinion ko, kailangan igalang natin at sundin ang ruling ng Korte Suprema. Otherwise, ang biggest loser dito yung rule of law. Wala na tayong kikilalanin kasi kataas-taas ang hukuman na yan at unanimous yung decision, but that's beside the point. Ang sinasabi ko lang, pag nag-rule na ang Supreme Court, kailangang respetuhin natin at sundin natin.
Supreme Court made that decision or not, the impeachment court will proceed. Will proceed. And I'm sure someone will raise it during the impeachment proceedings. For sure, someone will raise it. Diba? So, but we are sui generis ang impeachment court. So, we will proceed. So, these are all questions that will be raised, diba? With the decision of the Supreme Court. Will the impeachment court submit to the decision of the Supreme Court?
Merong nag-a-advise sa akin na pwede raw namin i-disregard, pwede i-disregard ng Senate yung Supreme Court decision. Because it tramples over the work of the Senate na kahiwalay. Separate body kami. So, yung advice na yun, pag-aaralan ko muna bago ako mag-comment.
At kahit sabihin ni Jinggoy Estrada na pagbobotohan pa rin ito ng Senado kung itutuloy nila, they'll gladly take the Supreme Court way out, uttering it as final and executory. The pro-impeachment forces can't outvote the no matter what pro-Duterte forces. Lalo na yung Duterte 7, Duterte 8, or even Duterte 10. And ako, I see both sides in defense of Leonen. Tama naman na in the rule of law, every precaution must be done to ensure the rights to due process. Kaya yan nandyan ay para protektahan ang lahat. And to make an exception just because we don't like VP Duterte doesn't really hold in the long term. Kumbaga, special treatment ang mangyayari doon. Whether bad or good is up for us to decide. Ang sasabihin kapag natuloy ang impeachment trial ni Duterte, it's a sham, it's a kangaroo court kasi pinayagan ng impeachment, pinayagan ng Supreme Court. Ang sasabihin ng mga anti-impeachment, unconstitutional at judicial activism ang ginagawa ng mga husgado, of which we don't really want them to do, di ba? Kasi baka mamaya, when the tide turns, tayo ang kawawa. In the long term, kapag ito ang ginagamit nilang talking point, we will be fucked. Whether impeached or not, convicted or acquitted, walang mangyayari. Pero at least we have the talking point na hindi na natin kailangan pang patunayan. Hindi na natin kailangan pang puntahan. Pero in defense of those who wanted the impeachment proceedings to commence at matuloy, it's all about the facts. Kasi alam naman natin hindi mako-convict si Sara. Duterte 7 made that clear. Pero we're talking about uncovering the arguments and evidences ng prosecution at ng defense. This only unnecessarily hinders that prospect. Kasi wala naman talagang impeachment conviction na mangyayari. We just wanted to know the evidences by the prosecution and the arguments of the defense. Now, do they have the constitutional mandate para pagbawalan ang Senado para ituloy ang impeachment which has already been in motion? I don't know yet. Pero I feel like they do. But on the contrary, it's sui generis. Sui generis circumstances begets sui generis solutions. Ang video clip na ito ay galing sa aking series ng News Renverdi Recap. Check the entire videos for the complete weekly news recap and subscribe to the channel to be kept up to date sa mga local at global news na I'll make sure will be interesting to you. Particularly you, whatever your name is. Hindi ko alam, sorry. Salamat sa panonood mga ka-farmy. Like, subscribe, follow me like sa socials and avoid Joseph that will be linked down below. So, susunod of course. Paalam.